I have a whole book full of ideas on what we can do at the cultural level. Let me just
available on Amazon right now.
I get a nickel if you purchase it on Amazon. Let me just mention three, though, in the sake of time, and all three will draw parallels from the pro-life movement. The first is we should conduct rigorous social science into family structure. What we know from the past 40 years of social science on family structure is that a child who grows up without a father, whether it's with a single mother, a cohabiting couple, a divorced family, or even divorce and remarriage, all four of those family structures produce poorer outcomes for children. We now know this beyond a shadow of a doubt for 40 years of consensus of social science. Why would it now be that being raised by two mothers would be the one exception to that rule? So why is it that father absence matters to the child being raised by the single mom, matters to the child being raised by a cohabiting couple, matters to the child being raised in a divorced family, or even divorce and remarriage, doesn't matter to the child being raised by two mothers? That's counterintuitive, if Justice Kennedy wants to go there. I suggest that we give the space to social scientists to conduct rigorous, dispassionate investigations into family structures and let the data speak for themselves. In the same way that ultrasound science was our best friend in the pro-life movement, science will be one of our best friends in the marriage movement. The second is we need to find better spokespeople. In the same way that Silent No More, Feminists for Life, Women Speak for Themselves were some of the best spokespersons on the abortion debate, I think some of the children who have been raised by same-sex couples and gay and lesbian people themselves who are against redefining marriage will be some of our best advocates. Both groups filed amicus briefs at the Supreme Court. Neither group was acknowledged by Justice Kennedy. There were very passionate letters written by Heather Barwick, by Katie Faust, both of whom were raised by two moms. They love their two moms. They still wish they would have had a father. And their argument was that redefining marriage institutionalizes missing parents. That it's not just an accident, it's not just a result of human frailty or weakness, it institutionalizes it. There was also an amicus brief filed by Doug Mainwaring. Doug divorced his wife, came out of the closet as a gay man, realized that he had committed a great injustice to his children because his children didn't need two dads. They needed both a mom and a dad. He reconciled with his wife. He's now raising his children together. He makes an argument titled, "I'm gay and I'm against gay marriage." These will be some of the voices that I think will be helpful in the cultural discussion going forward. The third is that science and philosophy are important, but they're not the only thing that's important. I think here, beauty and holiness and goodness actually motivate people more so than philosophers, and I speak this as someone with a PhD in political philosophy. So I think to a certain extent, unless we actually live out the truth about marriage and bear witness to the truth about marriage in our lives, we'll never rebuild a marriage culture. And here it's important to underline the fact that gays and lesbians did not cause the breakdown of the family. Heterosexuals did that. But redefining marriage will not do anything to strengthen the family, but it will likely make the family even weaker. So we have ourselves to blame for the situation in which we are in which marriage has been legally redefined because of 50 years of failing to live out the truth about marriage. And so I would say the third thing is, what did the pro-life movement did in winning hearts and minds? It was setting up the crisis pregnancy centers. It was doing Rachel's Vineyard, Project Rachel, I forget the exact name, but having all these Sisters for Life, all these outreaches to women in crisis pregnancies. We need to have better marriage prep programs. We need to have better programs to help people both understand and live out marriage in their own lives.